Hi everybody, and a very happy new year to you. I hope you've had a good Christmas and that you and all your families are well. It's great to be back for another series of videos this term. You'll see that we are in the kitchen this term. We're going to be doing some fun activities and experiments that you might want to try at home in your kitchens as well. And we are going to be thinking about God's wonderful world. So we're going to start off with a prayer today, and you can join in with some of the actions. Okay, so here we go. Creator God, we are in awe of all that you have made. Help us to understand more of you through the glory of your creation and your wonderful world. Amen. So, here is a quick game or set of challenges for you, if you like. Now, you can pause me if you want to while you run around and take part with this, or you can stop and chat about the answers if that is easier for you. So you do this however works best for you and the people in your house, okay? So, here we go. Challenge number 1. Go and find the smallest thing that you can that is in your house and bring it back to the screen, okay? What's the smallest thing you can find in your house? Go. So, what have you found that's really small then? Hold it up to the screen, let's have a look. Fantastic! Right then, here is another challenge for you. What is the biggest thing that you can find in your house that you can safely lift and carry back to this room? Okay, what's the biggest thing you can find that you can carry? Go! Let's see then. Wow, look at all these great big things. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. Now, here's maybe one for chatting about, okay? What is the smallest thing that you have ever eaten? Have a chat about that with the people in your house. And final question. What is the biggest thing that you have ever climbed up or on top of? Have a chat about it now. So, as you have probably guessed, today we are thinking about big things and small things. And we have a special Bible verse for today, and this comes from the book of John, and it's chapter 1, verse 3. And this is where John's gospel is talking about how the world, how the universe was created. And it says, all things were made through him. Nothing was made without him. So we're going to be considering all of the big things and the small things that God has made and how that helps us understand him and have a better relationship with him. So, did you know that your body is made up of tiny little cells? So tiny that they can only be seen under a microscope. I bet some of you did know that. But do you know what a cell actually looks like? Because they are teeny tiny. Here is a little demonstration that you could try at home. So, each cell has a plasma membrane. Now here is my plasma membrane, which is in fact a plastic bag. Now these ones with the Ziploc bit across the top work best, but you can improvise if you don't have one of those, that's not a problem. So there is my plasma membrane. And then the next thing for my cell that goes inside the plasma membrane is cytoplasm. Now this is a jug of squash, and I'm going to use this for my cytoplasm. And that is all kept together and held in by the membrane. There we go. My jug wasn't quite enough to fill all that up. Now, inside your cytoplasm, there is a cell nucleus, and that goes into the middle of the cell. Now, I'm representing my nucleus with a tomato. I don't think it'll float, but it's the best I could do. So there we go. That is my nucleus, and the nucleus is like the brain of the cell. It's the middle, and it controls what happens. It makes sure that all the parts know what they're doing. And then floating around inside the cytoplasm are lots of different organelles, and I've got some jelly sweets here which I'm a bit more hopeful will float, and they are floating around. No, they're not floating either. Inside your membrane, your plasma membrane, and all of the different organelles have different jobs to do as well. Some of them create energy, some of them get rid of waste, and there are all sorts of different things that they do. So why not have a go at creating your own cell? And maybe you could find some better things than I have. Things that might float, something that might make a really good nucleus for the centre of your cell. Let's get rid of this one. Now, did you know that there is not just one of those cells in your body, but that the human body is made up of over 30 trillion cells? Isn't that amazing? Not 30,000, not 30 million, not 30 billion, but 30 trillion. That's a number that I can't even imagine. But the cells are not actually the smallest thing in your body. There are even smaller things in there, because a cell is actually made up of tinier things called protons, neutrons, and electrons. But you know what? Even they are not the smallest things in your body, because protons, neutrons, and electrons are made up of even tinier things called quarks and leptons. Isn't that amazing? So you have got all these teeny tiny things inside your body. Imagine that God took so much care over his creation that living things are made up of parts that are so microscopically tiny that it's taken us millions of years to discover them and actually be able to see them. I think that is just mind-blowing. The God that created all of the huge things like elephants and aeroplanes and the whole universe has also created all these teeny tiny microscopic things that go to make life and make us who we are. So let's remind ourselves of our Bible verse again. It says, all things were made through him, and nothing was made without him. And, you know, I think it's really helpful to remember that sometimes when we are worrying about things, because sometimes we have really things that we're worrying about that feel really big, and sometimes we're worrying about things that we feel might be too small and insignificant for God to take any notice of. But the truth is that nothing is too big or too small for God. He made everything and he cares about everything. He cares about you and he cares about me and he cares about our big worries and he cares about our teeny tiny microscopic little worries. So we can be confident in bringing everything to him in prayer and know that he will listen. So I've got a go away task for you before we finish today, and your go away task today is see if you can either find a CD or get online. You'll be able to find it on YouTube if your grown-ups say it's okay, or they can help you find it, and see if you can find the song Nothing's Too Big, Big, Big for His Power, which is a Dougie Doug Doug one, isn't it? And have a play of that song and sing along and do the actions and just ask God to help you remember that nothing is too big or small for his power or his care. And let's finish with a prayer today. Creator God, thank you that nothing is too big or too small for your love. You are the creator of everything. Help us to remember to bring everything to you, big or small, in the confidence that you love us and that you hear us. Amen. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It's been brilliant to see you. And if you join us again next week, we'll be thinking about something else to do with God's wonderful world. See you then. Bye.